everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Kensington SD4000. This is a universal docking station that utilizes a USB 3.0 connection in order to give you UHD output, as you can see right there, enables active 4K or Ultra HD resolution. So whether or not your laptop or let's say Surface Pro is capable of that output is no longer relevant because the SD4000 is going to handle that on its own. Now, it is priced at roughly $230 or $220 US, and in my opinion, definitely worth a look if you're interested in something like a dock of this nature, because unlike, let's say, the Surface Microsoft branded docks that I've covered in the past, this is compatible with basically anything that has a USB connection, and that's what makes this even more attractive in many ways, especially since it is in the same price point area or pricing region as those docks. In terms of capabilities, you can see right here on the back, as I mentioned, 4K on a single display, or you can use both of its video outputs in order to accomplish 2K on two separate displays. It cannot do 4K to two displays, so keep that in mind. You also get two USB 3.0 ports out of this because this is driven by a single USB 3.0 connection, so you're not going to lose that USB port that you have used to connect this to it. So really, this is all about flexibility and getting a lot more for your money, in my opinion, than the Microsoft branded solutions for something like the Surface or Surface Pro, and then the ability to use this for any laptop to get 4K output, which is what Kensington is really marketing this for, and I think it is a great idea because after all, even if this isn't going to render or allow you to play games in 4K, because that is not what it's going to do, it is going to give anyone who needs more screen real estate that capability without building or buying a new PC. So let me get this thing out of the box. And again, Kensington was kind enough to furnish me with this. I felt it was a really interesting product, definitely something that I thought was worth giving a look because there is really nothing like it on the market. There are a lot of USB-based solutions that do offer similar capabilities, trying to do this without destroying the box, but nothing really of this nature. Keep looking at this thing thinking I can peel it off. Let's see if I can. Limited 1-year warranty. You can see that right there on the box, right near the label that I'm attempting, the seal that I'm attempting to break. And even though you might think it's expensive when you think about what Microsoft charges for something like this, even though the Microsoft docks that I've covered do give a very clean look, one that really can't be achieved any other way. Again, this is going to work with anything, so not just your Surface, but your laptop. I think this is great for Apple users as well, especially Apple users looking for true UHD output, something that pretty much no Macs are capable of at 60 hertz. Apple users seem to think that it's their monitor rather than the actual laptop that they're using. So you can see the profile relatively small, which also makes this a winner in my opinion because you can travel with it. You may not need 4K everywhere you go, but this is a lot smaller than, let's say, the dock that you would be buying for something like the Surface Pro. And I will be testing this thoroughly. After all, as I mentioned, Kensington did furnish this to me for that very purpose, since I do have multiple UHD monitors. You can see right there we have an activity light that will simply indicate whether or not this is powered. On the right or left-hand side of the device, we have a Kensington lock, to be expected with Kensington, of course, no question about that. And then we have a microphone and headphone jack. On the back of this, we have our USB 3.0, one of our USB 3.0 ports. We have an Ethernet port. Then you have your video output. So we have a display port right here, 1.2. That's for that 4K at 60 hertz. And then if you switch it, you've got an HDMI out port right there. As I mentioned earlier, you can actually do two video out solutions here, but you will not be able to get 4K across those two because they will add up to the full capacity or capability of the GPU inside this universal dock, which amounts to UHD resolution. So again, it's either one 4K stream or two 2K streams, and that's where that DVI port, DVI comes into play because you would be using that in tandem with either of these. Then we have that host USB 3.0 port, the actual power port right there, and then the other two USB 3.0 ports. So again, at I think $220, I think that this gives a lot more capability than anything you're going to find in the market, especially more than what Microsoft will sell you for the Surface Pro. This, of course, is the actual power adapter right here. So you do have to take along this power brick, but again, a very small price to pay, not trying to be cute, in order to get this sort of functionality. And just as a reminder for those of you trying to figure out why you would want something like this, as I mentioned before, from a productivity standpoint, UHD does give you a tremendous amount of real estate to work with. This is that USB 3.0 host cable that you'll need in order to hook this up to your device of choice. And then they also include, of course, this is the pin adapter for the wall wart. We have a little bit of paperwork here. Just basically a quick start guide from Kensington explaining what is included in the box, some instructions on how to use it, telling you that USB 3.0 is backwards compatible with USB 2.0. There's also a quick charge port on this. I should have mentioned that. I'm going to fold this up. Pays to look at paperwork, folks. Nothing new about that. And a little bit more, some more literature. Move this out of the way, because I do want to point that out. The quick charge port is another key feature, at least for me, that I think is a great thing on the road. You want to charge your phone. I mentioned that these were both USB 3.0 ports, but this one, as you noticed, has that lightning bolt on it. That means we do have quick charge capability out of this. So if your phone supports it, that's just another great feature to have. So really, Kensington thinking of just about everything for this. It's lightweight, versatile, and of course, even though it is $220 now, with time, it is only going to go down in price. So I like what they've done here. I'm excited to review it for all of you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.